Okay.
Section the hair in half.
Like so.
Half section. Don't make him dizzy by moving too much. A haircut. So it texturizes. So then what I do first is I go 1 to 2 inches around the edges, and I cut around the hairline, the way the hairline grows. Scissors at an angle, so the hair would
Can I have the other
feather.
from the star in case it gets famous?
Very simple haircut. Not too long. Got too long, right? Yeah, it's gonna be a while. I'm gonna go another one. So she wants it a little shorter. I went back a little bit in the length. See, I'm following the growth of the hairline.
Good.
Scissors at an angle,
Got that from
not like this. Like that.
starting the vineyard house process
Connect the dots, I call it.
and to figure out where to put the house and septic system and want to build this fall. So
The way the hair grows, straight out. That's what I'm looking at, the pattern of the growth.
have you ever been to Martha's Vineyard?
No.
You haven't?
Well, didn't you sell your house?
I saw the house a long time ago.
Yeah.
We bought a
She likes bangs, so I'm just going to lightly
5.25 acres.
trim the bang.
So you still have property?
Very light.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna build the house on. We're gonna
So
build the house on.
you sold the house.
Sold the
You kept
house.
the land.
Yeah, we sold the house. We bought another piece of property,
Well,
another part of the vineyard. And now
What I'm
we-
doing is going all the way around.
Guest house, full house.
Connect the dots.
So when the house is all built, you can go out and stay.
This will determine how short I'm going to keep
I'm gonna have to
the
take that one.
whiskers.
You'd
See?
love it.
I'm gonna take you. Say it again. I'm gonna take
Okay,
that.
so when you finish the house, you can go out and stay and see what you love it.
I'm going to check this side.
No, a lot of people talk about it nice.
Love it.
You know, I remember I used to go there. You know,
Check this side a little longer.
You like to ride a bike?
The reason why I like to cut the edges like that is because that's the natural pattern of the growth of the hair. So you let it do its own thing.
All over the island.
when I
And usually the natural pattern of the growth of the hair is roughly 2 inches away from the hairline.
Restore.
There, there.
Yeah.
And that will fall natural. Now,
so I keep saying anytime I go to Black Island, I'm gonna do the
the hair back.
Uh,
I have all my guidelines.
Spot Island isn't very big, is it?
huh?
Not very big. Never
No.
go to Spot Island.
Not if I just
And this is basically a trim. I do
Oh,
my
what
guidelines.
is this?
If you like the beach.
Oh, just,
I've never been.
and I go right here
That's a right.
and I take
Yeah, I just,
inch parting, go up on top, and I go straight out
so you're not gonna go to Cape?
and I start at an angle
I don't
texturizing.
think so. If it
And
was
that's how I get those, see? Every other.
Where'd you go to Cape in the fall?
And that's how I get my texture.
But I wouldn't mind.
And I go right into the hair.
I wouldn't want to go.
Usually I'm talking around this time. Go down. Her hairline here has a colic, so I tend to lift it up
It's just
straight
a
from
week
where
or
it's
2 days,
growing,
I think.
and then I go
I think
inward. Instead of going this way, I go inward. So it can just kind of like lifts up, gives it texture.
But it's okay because when you travel, you're still sightseeing. So
And then here,
No, but I mean, in the plane, it's like a full day.
she likes these two
Yeah,
is.
that's what I'm saying. It's a
Picture
full
right
day.
there. I'm not cutting that much length. What I'm cutting back here is
Well, you do the red eye.
bulkiness. This is my guideline. Remember, it's 2 inches. Then I go,
Yeah, I don't see it. But you don't have to waste a day when you travel with But
go back here, do the same thing. Bring it to that section. And by overlapping like that, it's making this longer. Here,
get back Tuesday morning and then get
All right.
Tuesday off.
big section. See? She wants it shorter up here because it's going to be a long time. Not too long in the bang, because those are her bangs. You want to leave those alone. There we go. Here I go again, and I'm doing concave of her head, so it flows
Low light it, was it?
and grow out the way her head is shaped. Here the same thing. Now I go longer, taking chunks with my scissors. The length is already
No,
cut.
it's not that, I wasn't happy.
This is already cut, so I go from there.
I don't care about that. It doesn't bother me. So,
Connect it to this one. See how this is long? You can take a picture and see what this looks like.
I know.
It's like zigzag. That's gonna give it a lot of texture. For my second row, I'm gonna go over here and do the same thing that I did on that side. This is the Mohegan section that I call the Mohegan section. It's gonna keep the hair up,
She was young.
spiky.
She had it young.
Doing the same thing. My scissors.
Smell bad.
No, it smells like perfume.
Oh, I don't like perfume. Good luck, Anita.
Oh, with Bella? Yeah, thank you. I'll let you know, Diane.
What do you mean?
She wrote her name.
You're gonna have Bella on your tape.
It's okay.
Here. David, get Bella. See, I'm not cutting any of the length, but you can see how I'm cutting this. They're like little V's. See it?
Yep.
Okay, now we did the Mohegan section. You already did the hairline section.
One with her.
Now these pieces, we're gonna go in pie shape, boom, boom, boom. Usually do 4 pieces, because you want it to feather.
She made it.
So this is my guideline right here where her colic is. So this is where I stop back. So I go from here and pick up this first pie shape. This is pivot point cutting. Lift it up, connect it to that one. This is what I want you to learn. And then you go straight out. Now you have your guideline there, you don't touch that. Then you go from here and you do, and I'm cutting length along with texture. Actually, I'm talking a lot right now. Now you can come over here and look at this. See, it goes zig, zang, and this is what gives it that wispy look. That's pie shape number 1. Right here, you see where your colic is? You don't want to cut around that colic. If you cut too much, this is going to go flat. Learned that, right? You go from that pie shape, you do pie shape number 2. This is a very simple haircut, very simple. It's called pivot point from Chicago. Then you go straight out. This is what I cut last, don't touch. Go straight out. This is what I cut when I was cutting the hairline. And then I go in here. You see how it is? Like right here, I think it needs a little bit, right there. So it's like zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. Section number 2. Then you go right here where the colic is. See, keep it up. The hair will talk to you. It will tell you which way it's going. It already has a style. She got like longer bangs. She likes to pull this behind the ear. fullness around here. Here, same thing. Last piece you cut, this piece. So you take this third pie shape, which is going into where I stopped back. So actually I did 3 pie shape besides the Mohegan line. Go from here, take this piece section, and I overlap it because why? You want it so you can make it longer, so you can make it feathered.
Right, so it's not short.
I don't go this way. If I go this way, it's too short.
Right.
You go back from where your Mohegan section is, forward, like this, from where you last cut, and you lift it up. And the hair will show you. See? Then I go do my zigzag.
Happy Easter. Thank you.
Now here is where I stopped. Here's where I want to continue. Can you see it? You're like zigzag, zigzag. That side is done. That's it. I want you to do this on a mannequin. Now we go over here. 3 pies, just like the other. That's why I can do this haircut in no time. Because the hair would talk to you. I've done it for years. Go here. Hairline was already done. Go here. And it's okay to leave those long sections. See, zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. You got to be in an angle. Now, like this, you got to be in an angle because you need bulk. You don't need thinning. When you go like this, you're thinning. When you go like this, you give him bulk. Okay? Then you blend it. You got here, here. Here is too thick. So you go here, you pick this little piece, you want it long. You go in. See it how it goes? So when she let it down, it goes like this. That's connected. Here's the top piece, section number 2. Usually I like to cut section number 2 behind the ear. Section number 1 in front of the ear. Like that. God, Robert and I know this haircut by heart. We learned this haircut when we were looking. Remember, I started doing it.
Yep.
It's a classic.
I do remember. You
Classic.
came back and you said,
Came back
"I
from
learned
the
this new technique."
Yeah. There's 2 of them. This one is Sauvage. I wouldn't have
yeah, the
Sauvage is
Sauvage.
what I want you to do on me. I gotta go up in my attic again. Here's section number 3. This is pivot point cutting. Everything is done from the center. First you cut the Mohegan. First you cut the hairline, usually 1 inch to 2 inch. Then you go 2 inches into the Mohegan. Then you do 4 or 3 pie shape. In her case, her head is smaller, so we do 3 pie shape. All connected to her what? Colic.
So colic, yes.
So this is the last pie shape.
We don't want that to get all
And
out of
then we
control.
go like this. And I'm doing it a little bit shorter because it's going to be a while. But it's going to grow out beautiful. Doesn't it grow out beautiful?
It does, yeah.
It's a very simple haircut. Actually, I want this Sauvage for me. See? It's not like this texturizing. It's in an angle. You do an inverted right into the hair. See? I stop there. See, and it connected to that. Here, this should be fine. Just a little piece right there. You see it? Zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. But right there is too thick. You go in. That's because what you're doing is you're making shorter to longer, shorter to longer. And that's how you get those wispies. And that's it. That's a simple haircut. Then you can send that video to Tara.
Alrighty.
You learned something? That's it. Now we're going to blow dry.